I remember the sound of his voice. Not the words, those came later, but the sound. Cracked, frantic, strangled by disbelief. "What did you do?" he cried. "I hate you." I let him talk. Let him drown in his own panic. Then I said nothing. Silence has always been my sharpest weapon. 3 days earlier, he'd taken everything. Every last dollar I'd saved over 42 years of labor, patience, and sacrifice. My retirement, my security, my peace. Gone. He didn't even bother to hide it. The transaction alert hit my phone at 3:12 a.m. $148,600 transferred to a joint account under his name and hers. His wife. And her mother. They flew to Bali that morning. Smiling in their airport selfies, champagne glasses raised, captions dripping with fake gratitude. Finally free. New beginnings. Free from me, I suppose. I raised him alone. His father left when he was 5, chasing a younger woman and a half-baked dream of music. I became mother, father, provider. I worked 2 jobs, missed birthdays, school plays, everything that required time I didn't have. But he never lacked love, or so I thought. He was always charming, clever, hungry for more. I mistook ambition for drive. I mistook his sharp tongue for wit. I mistook his manipulation for maturity. When he married that girl, Lena, I saw the shift. A softness left his eyes. He began talking about investment opportunities, modern family dynamics, and shared finances. Words that didn't belong to him, words that came from her. And when her mother moved in, I should have known. Parasites always come in pairs. It started small, missing checks, technical errors with the joint account I let him manage. Then came the pressure. Suggestions that I sell the house, invest in something with higher yield. I played dumb. That's the beauty of being underestimated. They show their hand. I collected evidence quietly. Transaction records, notarized documents, recorded calls. I spoke little, but I listened. Then one morning his tone shifted. Impatience, desperation. "Mom, I really need that authorization. You don't understand how the world works now." He was right. I didn't. Not his world. A world where loyalty was currency and blood could be traded. So I signed the papers. I waited. I let him think he'd won. Watched from the shadows as he cleaned me out, step by step. His arrogance was almost elegant. He thought he was orchestrating the perfect betrayal. But I was the one composing the music. Before signing, I'd already visited my lawyer, quietly restructured the trust, redirected the titles. On paper, everything still looked like it belonged to me. In reality, the moment that money left my account, it became traceable criminal evidence. He didn't steal my savings, he stole a setup. 3 days later, while he posted beach photos, the bank's fraud division froze his accounts. Federal investigators flagged suspicious transactions crossing international borders. His passport, his wife's, and her mother's flagged. I didn't lift a finger. The system did the work for me. I just made sure the right strings were pulled, the right documents were filed, and the right timing unfolded. That morning I made coffee, fed the cat, sat by the window, and watched the sunlight pour across my garden. At 9:47 a.m., the phone rang. "Mom," he gasped, "they froze everything. They're saying I stole from you." I said calmly, "You did this to yourself." His breath caught. "You set me up?" "No," I said. "I gave you the rope. You built the gallows." He cursed, cried, pleaded, but I'd gone deaf to his voice long before that moment. By evening, his wife's mother was calling me too. Angry, desperate, pretending to be the victim. I listened, then hung up. Within a week, the police had opened a case. Fraud, identity theft, wire transfer manipulation, all under his name. The irony was poetic. The woman who taught him greed abandoned him first. She withdrew her loyalty as easily as she withdrew my money. He came home eventually, not to visit, he had nowhere else to go. I found him sitting on the porch steps, thinner, paler, his confidence shattered into quiet pieces. He couldn't look at me. "I just wanted to start over," he whispered. "You did," I replied, "just not in the direction you expected." He looked up then, and for the first time I saw my reflection in his eyes. Cold, tired, unforgiving. I didn't press charges. I didn't have to. Watching him lose everything, his wife, his friends, his pride, was punishment enough. He works at a hardware store now, minimum wage, cash only. I still deposit small sums into his account every month, just enough to remind him who feeds him, just enough to keep him tethered to the guilt he built. That's my revenge. Not his arrest, not his humiliation, his dependence. Because now, every bite of food he eats, every rent payment he makes, every bill he pays, comes from the same hands he tried to be